Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm about to go to work, but I really wanted to make this video because it's about to be 2020 soon, and I feel like speaking to people that I know like really well, people that I don't know really well, I feel like I could help somebody with these like mistakes that I learned in 2019. 2019 was a really big year for me in terms of like ups and downs. I started my business in January, so that was huge. I lost my job in like June, so that was huge. I got a better job in September, so that was huge. But you know how corporate works, so we're not gonna bank on that. I think for me, the biggest mistakes that I learned was trusting people. Um, and that could be like professionally or in your real life. I felt like I trusted too many people that didn't have really good intentions, and I pray that I continue to have trust in God, to be honest, because there are going to be people that are going to be snakes. There are going to be people that don't care about you, that are going to use you or do whatever they do with you. Especially I feel like in entertainment, like that's just how things work. But I think that if you just trust God, He's gonna have these people come into your life, whether they're permanent or not, to teach you a lesson, and it's up to you to like learn what that lesson is. Um, I think another mistake that I learned was I have a poor spending. I have poor spending habits, which I'm fixing, as you guys know if you watch my previous debt video. Um, my bangs are killing me. Sorry guys, these bangs are not it. But so I will be going on a financial cleanse starting the last week in December, which is like next week or whatever, if I upload this in time. Also too, I learned that, it's gonna make me like emotional a little bit, but I learned that like I'm not gonna let anybody get in the way of like what I want to do, because I feel like I always factor in like other people's opinions, mainly like family and stuff, into like what I want to do, not realizing that I need to do what I want to do. I read an article. It wasn't just an article, like I just read it somewhere or whatever. Sorry y'all, this hair, I love it, but it's just, that's what happens when you get a thick wig, bitch. Anywho, I read an article about Taraji P. Henson and how she moved to LA when she was 26 with her like son who was 3 years old at the time, like with no family like help. Obviously, she was the only one in LA, and it really like touched me. I read about it before, but I think reading it like at this moment in my life made me like, yo, like sis moved, like I don't know where she's from or whatever. I think it's like Detroit or something. I don't know. But like sis moved out of the state with her son and like was slaving away for 2 years and then got a job as an actress, and now sis is like 45 or whatever, looking bomb. So I feel like stuff like that is inspiration, but those are the things that people don't, that you don't hear about. You hear about the people that went to, it doesn't have to be a label, went wherever and failed. Like I've also learned too, this is another thing, that you have to fail to succeed. Like I was one of those people who was like mad scared to fail. Like I would, like I get anxiety about failing. I go crazy, like I think about it in my head too much. But I feel like all these failures that I've done these past couple years has taught me what not to do, and it just taught me the ways that didn't work. So now I can just take a new route, and if one of those new routes fails, so what? I'm just over it. I'm not about to cry. I'm not about to be sad and just like waste my life, my precious life, on being sad and depressed and that type of stuff. Another lesson I learned was, sorry. Another lesson I learned was just like trusting God. Like if you don't believe in God, that's fine, but like just trusting that higher power, because I really feel like without God, I wouldn't be where I am today. This girl that I knew, and we weren't like best friends or anything, but she was a sweet person. Like, you know, she didn't deserve for this to happen, but she committed suicide. And when I heard about that, I was just and I literally just hung out with her like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, by like chance. It was my first time meeting her, and little did I know it was my last time meeting her or seeing her. So like guys, don't let like depression or like any of those feelings get to you, because like this girl was a beautiful soul and had so much potential, and she took her life, and I pray that God forgives her for that. And I don't know. Sorry, y'all. You know I never be acting like a punk on here, but yeah, it's just like never give up. That's how I feel. Like I feel like life is so precious, and we always be taking it for granted. Like we party, we do this and that's cool. But like, do something that's gonna be here after you're gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, life is just so short, and I'm not about to spend any more of my time being depressed in the bed thinking about what coulda, woulda, shoulda been. I'm thinking about what's finna happen right now and how I'm fix it if that's the case. Um, because yeah, like we're all very fortunate to be alive, so it's something you want to take into consideration. And also, I'm trying to think what else I learned. Oh my god, I learned obviously that my daughter is the most important thing in my life. Like she is. Today's actually her birthday. I'm recording this December 19th, and she is the most amazing little girl. Like if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be where I am in life. Not to say like I'm in this perfect position, but I don't feel like I would have taken my life as seriously as quickly as I did. Um, and also like in terms of business, oh my god, I learned so many things. Do not set up an LLC or a government entity until you are ready. I learned that very quickly because starting out with this business, I didn't really I obviously didn't make a lot of money my first year. So, well, that's not obvious, but I didn't. So, having to pay out to the government these taxes and everything that's like mandatory, regardless of your um, gross revenue, it really hindered me in terms of my cash flow. Because I want to say I spent like $6,000-7,000 on my business, and you might be like, well, that's a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, it is. It really is. But I bought a laptop. I bought things that are going to help me for years and years to come. So I'm sort of looking at it as a long-term investment, and treating it as a startup phase. And I really just wish I didn't spend as much money. I feel like I spent a lot of money on like products and stuff like that. Also, oh my gosh, shipping. I probably spent like $1,000 in shipping. Like, not even just to consumers, to influencers. Like influencers, that's another thing. Like, I don't regret it because I'm learning not to regret things, but I will not be shipping anything to any influencers like that. Like it has to be a rapport there because I have shipped things to people, or I should say females in this instance, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna post it. Yeah, I'm gonna post it." Never posted like, and I get the whole influencer like marketing thing. I'm like I work in influencer marketing. I get it. So, but I think for me, like I always think from a business standpoint, whereas a lot of these people are not business oriented, so they feel like, well, you're giving me free products, so what? Like, no, if you tell me that you're definitely going to post it, not maybe, you're definitely going to post it, then professionally you should do that, because you don't know who knows who, and who could be like, oh, well, she can get more products, or she can get a free service or whatever. Like, you don't know who I know, and vice versa. Like, so you don't want to be like give a bad impression business wise. That's something that I recommend. So if you're thinking about doing influencer marketing for your new business, please make sure you have rapport with this person or people, meaning like you've had a conversation with them, they have guaranteed, they've stipulated that they're going to post it this day or whatever it is, because I wasted a lot of money on that. I'm trying to think what else. Also, try to be as fiscally responsible as possible. This is like my key takeaway for 2019. I feel like I said, I spent a lot of money on things that I didn't really need at that moment, but I may have needed years down the line, and I just chucked it up and bought it anyway. So definitely make a spreadsheet, calculate your gross revenue, meet with a tax advisor, do all of these things, but don't take that jump to make it a legally formal entity until you are making good money. Because I'm a prime example that if you're not, you're basically spending more money than you're making. So it doesn't really make any sense in terms of being an LLC and stuff. But yeah, guys, so that's the video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video, and leave a comment as to what your biggest mistake was for 2019 and how you might be able to fix it, because you never know who's watching and who could use the advice that you're giving them. Okay, bye.